Alright, this is Henry Parkin. He's trying to describe and explain a current talent development programme, and this is for pass and a merit. Okay, so Henry, what is the talent development programme you're going to talk about?
It's the long-term athlete development programme.
Alright, so give us a general overview of what it is.
It's so that it can produce long-term to maximise produce a long-term approach to maximising the individual's potential and their lifelong involvement within a sport or sport in general. It promotes the tailoring of a child's sport development, so trying to get them to develop and improve it suits their stage of physical growth.
Yeah.
As well as improving the psychological and social development. They have appropriate training programs and activities that they do with each stage for their age.
Yeah, so it's based around people's peak height velocity, so how does that apply to it?
Peak height velocity is when they look at like a person, what they are now, and see how they will develop and what their body will be like as when they're older.
Yeah.
See if it, like, say for rugby, they need to be stronger, say, to be able to do good tackles and things. So they need to see if the body is the right sort of body structure.
Right. So why is that important in development of and what people coach? Why is people's body important for that?
It's important because, say, if somebody had a really small body, say for basketball, they wouldn't be very good at basketball because it'd be harder for them to play the sport. So obviously they need to.
Right. Rather than thinking about the skills of that. So yeah. So fair. Yeah. If you're small and you're playing basketball, what about being trained? So if you're a 8-year-old and you're a certain weight and certain size, why is it important to know that rather than why would you not train someone in a certain way and so on?
I don't know what you mean.
Right, so what this programme's about, developing people at the right time and doing things at the right time. Why does this have to be in a certain way, in certain phases?
Oh, so it trains them because the older you get, the more your body as your body develops and you grow, it can. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Right. So different stages then. So what are the different stages of the?
There's 7 different stages.
Yeah.
It starts with the active start, which is boys age when they're born to 6, and girls when they're born to 5. And then it goes on to fundamentals.
Yeah. So what happens at active start then? Yeah.
That's where they basically just learn about that there is sport.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good.
Then it goes to fundamentals, which is for boys 6 to 9 and girls 5 to 8, which is where they just start having fun in sport and see if they enjoy playing it and if they like it.
Yeah.
And what sports they like.
Right. So they find out what sports. What will they do in those sessions then? So they won't just have fun. Like they won't just do anything for fun. What will they do in those sessions?
Well, they play the different sports to see if they like them, and then it's football. Like have a game of football and see maybe what position they enjoy playing or.
Right. Okay. What? So would they just learn football? Would they learn passing, shooting, and dribbling, or would they do other things?
We'll do other things as well, like different, maybe not drills, but like just little easy skills things.
Right. So that's the last link to ABCs. Have you heard of them? As a coach. Right. Well, ABCs is quite important. Agility, balance, coordination, and things like that. So why would they do that at fundamental stage then? Why would they do a lot of agility and balance and catching and throwing and stuff?
To basically start improving them and getting them to be good at them things from an early age, so then as they get older, they'll be better at doing them.
Right. Well, does every sport need ABCs?
The majority of them do. Yeah.
Name me a sport that doesn't need
Well,
agility, balance,
LTAD.
coordination. Right. All right. Yeah. So they do that. because they won't be able to play a game of football. Alright, so if you've got a 6-year-old, they might not be able to move, never mind run and kick a football and stuff like that. Alright. Right then, phase 2, or phase 3, sorry.
This is learning to train,
Right.
which is boys aged 5 to 12 and girls 8 to 11.
Yep.
This is where, as you say, example of rugby, they start to build up the basic rugby player, and then this part will be more to do with in the head than on the field.
Okay. So if it's learning to train then, so what they're going to be doing then? They're learning to train. So if you've got a 10-year-old playing rugby, alright, they're having to learn to train. So what does that mean then?
So teaching them about the different, not teaching them the skills, but teaching them the different skills they have to do. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Would you talk about why they're doing it? So would they talk about like why they're doing a warm up and stuff like that?
So they tell them that doing a warm up would then warm the muscles and it won't pull anything.
So why is it important to know why they're training?
So because if they don't know why they're training, they could be thinking, well, what's the point of doing it?
So let's go back on it. So rather than just them throwing them into doing like weights and drills and stuff like that at 10 years old, so why wouldn't they do that?
Because the body wouldn't have developed enough to be able to do that.
Right, good. Yeah. Would they be able to understand the drills and the tactics and stuff like that at 10?
Not really, because they wouldn't be able to, like I said, they wouldn't be able to understand why they're doing them yet.
So so there's no point doing it. Right then, so the next one is training to train then, so...
this is where they start going onto a field or pitch and start actually doing the skills and teaching them how to do the different skills within the sport. They'll be doing the different drills.
So we're doing different drills, but they're still like, there's the thing's called training to train, so what do you reckon that means then?
They're still partly doing some of the in the head things, like they're explaining why they're doing them, but then also trying to get them, like, because at this age they're aged 12 to 6 and 11 to 15, so the body's starting to change more.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of age they could start doing the physical aspects of it.
Right. Okay. Right. The next stage, training to compete.
This is age 16 to 18 for boys and 15 to 17 for girls. This is where they say like in rugby again, they find their optimal position and they try to optimise that to their potential and try to get good in that position.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So they'll be looking at more specific skills then for their position.
Yeah.
So what's an example of that then?
For example, say in football, if they're a striker, he'd be doing shooting drills. And defending ones. Yeah.
So that's at like 16. So at 16, they're only just starting to do sport specific, like their position specific skills. Yeah. Right, and then training to win.
This is where they try to maximise the potential, so that they're the best they can be at their particular sport. To try and go on and win games or become professional athletes.
Right, so would they look at more tactical things and things like that?
Yeah, they'd look at like football and like formations and different, like I say, tactical.
Yeah. So why would they look at tactics then rather than in like phase 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that?
In phase 1 or 2 or 3, they wouldn't really understand what tactics are or what formation is. Whereas at this age, they're old enough to understand what they are and be able to actually put them into practice.
Yeah. Good. Right. So what are the strengths of the programme then?
Strengths are that it's like an age range. So basically, it starts at a young age and can go through the whole life. It's fun. Like the early stages is where they're actually having fun, playing sports and getting involved. And the thing is the funding through the governing bodies in sport.
Yeah, right. So you talk about the strengths there. So does it help people go into loads of different sports, or is it very specific?
Well, at the start it's more general sports, but then as you get to the older ages with like phase 4 and 5.
Yeah.
It was more sport specific.
Yeah, so why is that a strength then? Why is it a strength that it's more general at start?
Because then you can like just choose what sports you like,
Yeah.
what you're good at,
Yeah.
choose to go into them or not.
Yeah, so going back to talent identification mode then, so if you've got a national set of 10-year-olds that have done lots of different movements, things like that, why is that beneficial?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so if you've got like 2 million 10-year-olds that have done lots of different coordination, balance, agility things for 10 years, why is that beneficial for talent identification?
Because then them children will be probably better at doing it than other children, because those 2 million have been doing it since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to 2 million that have only done football every week. Yeah.
So they would then be better at going to all different sports.
Yeah. So it's not just yeah. Right. What about weaknesses of the program then?
It could cost you money to be able to do it, because like if you went into say an actual club as you got older, you actually pay for the club. It takes up your time. So if the parents that are dropping off that take them, they might not have the time to take them to the different places.
Yeah.
And the travel, because it might be a far away place or.
Alright, well, what about knowledge of the coach then? Do you reckon that's there's 5 different stages, lots of different to think about? Do you reckon that's a...
Yeah, because if they don't have the knowledge to be able to teach them the right things, then, and if it's just say, like I said, like just a local league sort of thing, then the coach might not be as good as other coaches.
Right, okay.